Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble. What's up, YouTube? Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. I'm back again with the top 5 all-time players from each team. All 30 teams, including the best player. Now, I'm working down the coast. These are not in alphabetical order, but I am working down the coast. Go from Philly to the capital. And I usually do this list. I determine this list by what the player has done for the team and their solo standing amongst NBA history. And keep in mind, these are only in my opinion. So the Washington Bullets, also known as the Baltimore Bullets, Capital Bullets, Washington Bullets, and then eventually the Washington Wizards, as we all know now. So starting at the center position, before I even go into Washington, Washington's a very weird team. It's a team that I guess if you ain't from Washington, you ain't paying attention to them that much. I really haven't been paying attention to them. They haven't been worthwhile paying attention to them lately. But just a little history on the team. They started as, in 1961, it's the Chicago Packers in Chicago. And then renamed the Chicago Zephyrs the following season. In 1963, they finally moved to Baltimore. And that's when it became the Baltimore Bullets. Using that name for a previous team that was in the ABL League from 1944 to 1947. And then in 1973, he moved to Washington. Changed his name to the Capital Bullets, the Washington Bullets, then the Wizards. It's probably a good thing they changed that name. So starting at the center position, I choose Wes Unseld. Smallest center ever at 6'7". Used to stand at 6'7", 245 pounds. He was drafted out of Louisville in 1968, first round, second overall pick by the Baltimore Bullets. Played from 1968 to 1981. He also will go on after he retired to coach the Bullets as the assistant head coach, and then the Bullets as the head coach from 1988 to 1994. And now I think his son is coaching the team now, I think. With the Washington Bullets or Wizards, he was a champion in 1978 when they played, Seattle. Yeah, they played Seattle in 1978. He was also finals MVP. He's also been a regular season MVP in 1969, 5-time NBA All-Star. First team as well. He's also a Rookie of the Year, NBA All-Rookie First Team, rebounding leader, NBA Anniversary Team, 50 and 75th. So, that's one thing about all these centers, even at his height at 6'7", all these centers at least were a rebounding leader. Crazy. Can't get them to do that these days. But scored 10,000 points, but grabbed 13,000 rebounds and 3,000 assists, averaging 10.8 points a game, 14 rebounds a game, and 3 assists per game. He's also a Hall of Famer as well. That coaching record is not very good. Wes Unseld, he can play in the post, but he also can take you out to the mid-range, shoot the mid-range, knock down the mid-range. He can pass a little as well. Post up like all the centers. I always thought when I was younger, I thought he was a little bit taller than 6'7". But then again, we will see this again with, we could say, with Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace was more a defensive player. So his best years, average-wise, points average-wise, probably was his second year, which was in Baltimore, 16.2. But his rookie season, he averaged a career high 18.2 rebounds per game. That is crazy. But yeah, he played all the seasons in for the Bullets, all his career in there. But as later as his career, when he started averaging in single digits, was still able to have double figures in rebounds, which is crazy. And it's kind of prototype Ben Wallace if you think about it, just a little bit. So that's Wes Unseld at the center position. At the power forward position, Elvin Hayes. I had to put Elvin Hayes on there. Sorry. Elvin Hayes, nicknamed the Big E, was drafted actually by the San Diego Rockets, which now the Houston Rockets, in 1968. I think I put Elvin Hayes. Maybe I might have put Elvin Hayes on the Houston list. I had to recheck that. But he did play from Houston, but he was drafted out of Houston in 1968, first round, first overall pick by them in 1968. Played both power forward and the center position at 6'9". He's also an NBA champion on the same team with Wes Unseld, 12-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA first team, 3-time All-NBA second team, 2-time All-NBA defensive second team, rookie first team, and scoring champion in 1969, 2-time NBA rebounding leader. Number is retired with the Wizards and Rockets, part of the 50th and 75th anniversary team. He didn't start playing with the Bullets until 1972. When I think they might have been in Baltimore still. It just didn't go well with the Houston Rockets, mainly the coach, Tex Winter. He was ended up being traded to the Baltimore Bullets for Jack Marin and undisclosed considerations in the summer of 1972. Elvin Hayes is a 27,000-point scorer, averaging 21 points a game, 16,000 rebounds, averaging 12.5, and over 1,000 blocks. He averaged a double-double in his career, part of the Basketball Hall of Fame and College Basketball Hall of Fame. He's also in the Texas Sport Hall of Fame, Houston Sport Hall of Fame as well. Numbers retired by the Houston Cougars. He was kind of the same way, mid-range. He could shoot the mid-range, post up, but as you can see, he can get rebounds as well. He did set an NBA Finals record for most offensive rebounds in the game at 11, but that record was tied twice with Dennis Rodman in the 1996 NBA Finals against the Seattle Sounders, which was the same team Elvin Hayes did it against. The Bullets actually, with the combination of Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes, they was able to get to 3 different finals in 1975, 78, 79. They went 1 or 2, because I think 1975 could have been the Warriors. I think in 1979 it could have been Portland. Let's see here. Yeah, 1975 was the Warriors, and 1979 was Portland. I thought it was Portland. Nope, Seattle. Wrong Pacific West team. It was Seattle, not Portland. I don't know why I thought Portland. But that's Elvin Hayes, y'all. He only played for the Bullets from 1972 to 1981. He ended up going back to the Rockets in the 1981-82 season. And retiring with them in 1984. His best career average with the Bullets was he averaged 23.7 and 12.5 rebounds. Could say his better years was actually His best year rebounding was his second year with the Bullets or Wizards at 18.1 rebounds. So that is Elvin Hayes. He should get more consideration. He scored 27,000 points. He's not really talked about that much. His career high is 54, and that was with freaking the San Diego Rockets. All right, let's move on. So, at the small forward position, I put Richard Hamilton. Most people might know Richard Hamilton from his days with, the Detroit Pistons, but he did get his start with the Washington Wizards. He was drafted in the 1999 draft, first round, 7th overall pick in 99. Played for the Wizards from 99 to 2002, so he did play with Jordan. Didn't have his best years with the Wizards. More of the Detroit Pistons. Became an all-star with the Detroit Pistons. But I had to pick him for that one. His numbers like his 3 years in Washington, he kept progressing. As a rookie, averaged 9 points a game, and as a sophomore, 18.1. And then his last year with Washington, 20 points a game even. He did play with Jordan as well. He was more of that shooter to come off the screens as well. He really didn't. Especially his rebounding was 3.9, all with Detroit. His best average for assists was 4.9. But yeah, he had much better years with Detroit. I think when he was in Washington, he was a little bit younger. Never got to the playoffs with Washington either. He is not in the Hall of Famer, but he was named to the class of 2023's Michigan Sports Hall of Fame as well. So I put Richard Hamilton at the small forward position. Now at the shooting guard position, I would say it's a little bit too easy to put Michael Jordan at that position. I think Michael Jordan's best years was with the Bulls. Not to say that when he was on the Wizards, he was a shell of himself. He was able to still go out there and resembles a little bit of what he looked like. You could have put Bradley Beal. I know Bradley Beal just left and all. But I want to give some consideration to Jeff Malone as well. Jeff Malone played for the Washington Bullets from 1983 to 1997 as the shooting guard. Drafted by the Wizards, 83. First round, 10th overall pick for Mississippi State. He was a 2-time All-Star with them. NBA rookie first team as well. He averaged 19 points a game, 17,000 points, 2.6 rebounds, and 2.4. So he cannot get a damn rebound at all. He is the late nephew of Vivian Malone Jones, the first African-American graduate of the University of Alabama. And he is not related to Karl Malone or Moses Malone, even though he was teammates with Moses Malone from 1986 to 1998. And currently he resides in Chandler, Arizona, somewhere around where I live at. All right. Probably should never said that. Now y'all gonna be looking for me. His best year as an NBA player was actually his last year with the Washington, averaging 24 points a game. So he would end up going to Utah for a couple years, playing with Karl Malone. It's funny, he played with both Moses and Karl Malone. And then he went to Philadelphia and then Miami for his last year. Took Washington Wizards to the playoffs. Best year in the playoffs is 1988, his last year. In 5 games, he averaged 25.6. But he could not get a damn rebound. 3.4 rebounds and 2 assists. He was just mainly just a scorer. And now he's currently, he was a coach for the D-League. But yeah, I put Jeff Malone in the shooting guard position. Now at the point guard position, I will put John Wall. You guess you could say you could put Earl Monroe on there, but I did kind of put him on the New York list, Knicks list. But John Wall, I think he's had a bad rap since that Achilles injury. I just thought he had a bad rap. I always thought he was shooting guard. I always thought he was tall. He's only 6'3". I thought him and Bradley Beal were 6'5". They're only 6'3". But anyways, make this too long. John Wall was drafted in 2010. Some of us might remember. First round, first overall pick by the Washington Wizards in 2010. Played with the Wizards from 2010 to really 2018. He spent the last 2 years of his career unhurt due to the Achilles. He got us All-Star. He's a 5-time NBA All-Star. All with the Wizards. NBA third team. NBA defensive second team. NBA rookie first team. Slam dunk champion. I forgot he even won a slam dunk contest. But he's not rookie of the year. I forgot who won rookie of the year when he came out. But we all remember John Wall, how fast he was, quick he was, get to the basket, running down the court like a gazelle, taking over for, actually he came out the tail end of Gilbert Arenas. I was not going to put Silly Gilly on this list. It's unfortunate what happened to him late in his career. With the tandem of him and Bradley Beal, they just, they needed more. They just couldn't get past teams like the Raptors and Hawks or whoever they faced during that time from 2013 to 16. But yeah, unfortunately, that Achilles injury really killed him. First it was a knee injury, then an Achilles that he supposedly messed up. And the shower. John Wall has passed Wes Unseld for third place on the franchise scoring record list as of 2018. It was a left heel injury. Then he ruptured a left Achilles when he slipped and fell at his home. That's what it was. So, yeah, he just never really, his career just, I don't know, went downhill. I thought he would do something with the Clippers, but apparently the Clippers didn't want him at all. But I remember he came out of a dry Columbine running at 10.84 seconds in lane agility drill. And he was fast. So that's pretty much it right there. John Wall at the point guard position. Best player to ever play for them. Well, I guess you could say Michael Jordan. I guess. This honorable mentions like Michael Jordan, Gilbert Arenas, Antoine Jameson, Kwame Brown, Brendan Haywood. Man, I really had to go back to the old Gus Johnson. I guess you could say Moses Malone for his time there, short time there. Trying to think of other people you can put on that list. Notable people on there. Earl Monroe, Walt Bellamy as well. Talked about him too much. Trying to think of some other people to put on there. Yeah, Walt Bellamy played there in 1961. It was known as the Chicago Packers. Chicago Packers. That's funny. But anyways, I think I said enough. I'm trying to make sure I get at least some people on there. Willis Reed. Not Willis Reed. Why I say Willis Reed? I'm so freaking tired right now. I don't know if you guys can tell by my voice. But anyways, that's my list. Wes Unseld, Elvin Hayes, Richard Hamilton, Jeff Malone, and John Wall on the list. The top 5. Tell me what you guys think.